Hi, welcome to the session on self-confidence and SES as predictors of statistical analysis. This project was completed by Michael O'Neill, Kelly Grillo, Jemmy Chen, Dennis Robinson, and Angel Lopez at the University of Central Florida. Can self-confidence and socioeconomic status predict science achievement? The purpose of this study was to use the data from the TIMSS 2007 Math and Science study so that we can try to predict science achievement among American 8th grade students based on the response item theory scale score and the cognitive domain of science reasoning. Our research questions included: what is the predicted CDSR score for students when controlling for their level of self-confidence, and school population socioeconomic status, and we really used the percent of students classified as economically disadvantaged by the percentage of students who received free and reduced lunch. Is there a significant difference between students that score on the CDSR score level based upon their self-confidence and the school population of socioeconomic status? And lastly, is there an interaction effect between self-confidence and the school population's socioeconomic status? So let's take a look at our operational definitions. The TIMSS data is the Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study 2007, or otherwise known as TIMSS. The IRT stands for Item Response Theory Scale Score. And then the Index of Students' Self-Confidence in Learning Science is shortened by saying SCS. And then we looked at the CDSR, which is the cognitive domain of science reasoning, and that's basically the cognitive domain if you look at Bloom's taxonomy, the level of thinking and reasoning. And then if you look at the percentage of socioeconomic disadvantage, we just shorten that to be PSED. So let's take a look at a brief literature review. So the Nations Report Card in 2005 reported that only 29% of American 8th grade students perform at the proficiency level. And that report does not break down students by background and also disability or ability level. Then self-confidence is a great significant predictor of students' academic performance, and we've taken a look at that quite extensively in this project. A meta-analysis done by Serin in between the dates of 1990 and 2000 revealed 74 studies that found a medium to strong relationship between socioeconomic status and academic achievement. So we know that academic achievement can definitely be predicted by looking at socioeconomic status. And then bringing it all together, we found that teachers who integrate higher order thinking strategies into their instructional repertoire develop critical thinking strategies in their students, thus boosting their self-confidence. So the more we challenge kids at those higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy, the more confident they become when looking at that critical thinking pattern, and boosting self-esteem also boosted academic achievement in all students. So, who were our subjects? We took a stratified random sample of 400 American 8th grade students who participated in the TIMSS. What we did was we took the statistical program SPSS, and I believe we were using the 16th version, and we coded so that it would pull a stratified random sample. Then our measurement was the TIMSS 2000 questionnaires, and to ensure both validity and reliability, TIMSS has procedures and multiple means for ensuring quality, both field testing, also test, retest reliability is done, and they also pilot test new items when they're coming out. So identifying the variables. Our independent variable was both student self-confidence, and then the PSED, which was the percentage of socioeconomic disadvantaged in a school-based setting. Looking a little further, the dependent variable was the computed mean of 5 plausible values in the cognitive domain science reasoning, and then the CDSR. So what did we do? We actually did a couple of statistical procedures. We conducted a two-way ANOVA for the difference. Looking at the dependent variable, it's an interval level or ratio level variable, and then 2 or more dependent variables, which would look at the student self-confidence and then also the socioeconomic status. Then the multiple regression, we did a multiple regression, which looks for relationships in 2 or more variables. So we looked at the student self-confidence rating and then coupled that with the student socioeconomic status. So then here are our results. And so the interpretation of the results really shows that the effect size on socioeconomic status is at the 0.15 level, and which is, you know, a fairly large effect size, and then with student self-confidence is at the 0.11 level. So conclusion, you know, self-confidence in learning science obviously matters, and the higher the students perceive their self-confidence, the higher their cognitive domain science reasoning score will be. So we can actually make some predictions from this study. Future research, we were thinking that we would love to do an experimental design, and we would also like to investigate if we employed student self-esteem boosting interventions, what that would mean for all students and science achievement.